is a pretty interesting one. If you guys remember, last time we actually burned it. It's a brand new build. Try the Hobbywing Easy Run Max 5 HV G2 on 12S, 6S batteries, fully built, perfect pass car, 5680, 970 kV with a 1-to-1 gearing for now. Last time we've had a problem, it burned at 175. Something doesn't seem right. Let's go, I think we have a problem. That's not a good sign. Oh man, you're kidding me. Not happy. You shouldn't have done that. Hobbywing sent us a new firmware. Hopefully something good happens here. We had to take apart the entire car. If you are on our social media, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, you have seen the drama unfold.
Come to daddy. Find peace here. Oh, Dudu on the Goldie.
Then if not, join us at Perfect Pass RC, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and of course YouTube. Still works. Let's see what happens. This is exactly what those bodies like to do. The Mercedes CLR are actually horrible with aerodynamics. I would call it a good save, not such a hero, however. About 80 to 90% luck, that's for sure. For now, it's gonna be just too much risk. I'm gonna actually give it a minute, examine the car, and maybe go for another run. I don't know. That was kind of scary. It's a backflip. Year 2028 1100 with a 1700 rotor Cobra 5 HVA track start. Now let's see what she does. Asking the car for 196-ish. Let's see if we have a successful run. A lot of guys today. We have our cameraman, we have social media, we have friends. Let's see what happens. And stop, read. No, 191, actually less than we wanted. We're gonna actually open the car and see exactly why. So we geared up, and we geared up one tooth, and we got exactly the same speed. That tells me that the ESC is starting to say, well, I'm pretty much done with that motor. We'll try to squeeze a little bit more, but 191, okay for first pass of today. Exactly what we got on the last one. So we're gonna analyze logs and see what happened. All right, brought the car back, 191 miles an hour. Everything looks good, everything looks decent. You know, it might be, well, one BSR purple, trimmed to 93, gone. You know, it might be the fact that these are very, very small. However, we have 12S, so a lot of voltage to actually allow dropping, but those are the small 6,200, I think, packs. So we'll see, we'll open the logs. System is hot, again, trying that 1100 kV 2028, very healthy, stable setup, but we wanted a little bit more, probably about 4 miles an hour more. We'll see, maybe it was just a bad run, and you know, we can do it better next time. We have 191 and we're trying to get more, so we'll see if that works. Remote is on, system is on. That looks good, and what do you know, it works. That's definitely plateau for that gearing and that system. Whatever the speed is right now is what this setup can give. That was an honest, good, straight plateauing. And hoping to see more than 191, and if not, it's either we can try and gear up, but we got the same about speed or exact speed with higher gearing. So gearing up is not going to work. It's either those smaller batteries or this is what this 2028 can give, because I can tell you for sure that run was a plateau for at least a second or two. This is what the system got for sure. So we're gonna see. I'm hoping to see more than 191, but there's no telling. And stop, read. No, I gotta tell you, this is the 191 car again. 191, unreal, man, unbelievable. So 191 again. All right, so what in the world is going on here? 191 3 times in a row. 12s and amps, let me tell you, 500 max, 500 amps max. So I think I'm going to gear up a little bit more and hope for the best. We're going to give it 2 more teeth because 500 is kind of far than what I want to see, but we are 12s, so a lot of wattage. I'm going to try it now, and if it's 191 again, we're just going to consider the 191 car. We ran 48.34, and now we're going to change the 48 to 50. So this is our nice Christmas tree. We're going to change it to 50 teeth, 34, and see what happens. 34 spool, 50
This is
pinion.
so wrong.
I hope, man, maybe 196. Man, 191 3 times in a row. Nuts. All right, guys, we're gonna try this one again. Last run it was quite the kite, so this car is a bit cursed. It does not want to actually speed run. Maybe it's that freakazoid of a thing that I created in the back, but we're gonna try it again. Maybe it was a fluke, maybe it was just a one-time thing, because we did do 175 last time and the car was actually pin straight, so I don't know. To me, it's actually a really good test car for the strength of all our products, so I'm actually enjoying it. Even if it crash, backflip, burn, to me that's just another opportunity to check how our products hold to crashing, burning. So it's a really good valuable input, so I'll take it. All right, let's give it a shot. Let's see if it turns into a kite once again. Very snappy steering response, not a huge fan. Tell you what, let's help the car aerodynamically. Let's help the car a little bit and change our steering, racing menu, curve, steering curve. Let's drop it to like 65. Just so Expo is a little bit softer, just so we don't have those twitches right and left when we correct. And we'll see if that helps. All right, so we are almost straight. Now we're straight. Here we go. Yeah, it wants nothing to do with going fast. Thanks. Nine souls. It wants nothing to do with going fast. I think that's pretty much it for that Mercedes body. I don't know if I did justice or not with that wing, but it's just that bad. All right, well, we tried. Giladi, what happened?
I had a hiccup.
A hiccup?
Yeah, but perfect pass shaft, strong as a bull.
Sponsored by Perfect Pass.
181.
Wow!
Nice.
Damn, 181 backflip. Good job. All right, let's try this again. 50 pinion, 34 spool. So we have 2 more teeth. I gotta tell you, man, if it's still 191, I just don't know what to do anymore. Shaka, what are you doing, man? That's a crotch rocket motor. All right, that was fun. All right, now let's try it again. All right, got straightened up, and here we go. Read. Are you kidding me? 187. All right, that tells us exactly the story. So we reached plateau at 191 for this setup. Even if we gear up, now we are starting to get into diminishing returns. This setup will give 191 max. It's either the batteries are just not enough. Don't forget, those are very, very small 3/4S's. Or the motor. I know that other people got, I think Sean got more than this motor, like 200 and something. But for those batteries, for this setup with 6,000 milliamp batteries, this is it, 191 for this specific setup. Better luck next weekend. And before we plan for next weekend, you guys are actually very, very lucky, and I'm lucky as well, I have to be honest, because as soon as I pulled into the building, FedEx guy just showed up with the parts we have received from the chrome plating shop. We just got them, so I slapped them on the car, and I'll be able to actually show you. This is of course the wheelie bar. This is how everything looks. This is how the fitting on the diffuser works, and this is how the wheel looks. It came out such a jewel, man. This is just beautiful. And now let's actually plan for next weekend. Obviously these are the two cars that we were just at the runway with, just cleaned them up with some air. This one was the one that backflipped twice, and I think we're gonna do something very, very interesting together. Tell me, you guys, in the comments what you think. First of all, this one backflipped twice. Nothing really happened to it. The car is rock solid. Of course, everything is perfect. Just an experimental diffuser that got cracked, but we're gonna actually change it with the other one. This is the other car that just did the three 191s and then 187. So 4 runs. The cars are perfect, just working horses. And you know what? I have to take a minute and actually thank my guys. And I know it's kind of shady to compliment about my own company and myself, but they deserve it, guys. I have to tell them that there are so many parts here, and there are so many people standing behind those parts. This is what Perfect Pass RC is all about. You take 2 cars to the runway, you rip, you crash them, you backflip them, and you come back home, and every single part just takes the punishment. You come back home and the cars are just brand new. It's honestly something to be proud of. I have to stop here and say that. Same thing with this one. This is what Perfect Pass RC is all about. You just take a working horse while being designed beautifully, but everything is so freaking strong, man. You do 190 mile an hour, 3 times, actually 4 times in a row, 187, right? And you come back home and that's it. The car is just brand new. Nothing changed, nothing flexed, nothing moved, nothing got ruined, nothing got eaten. Just everything is perfect. Once every single part here is just brilliant, this is what you get, a working horse. So again, I said obviously wheels and whatnot, but like I said, it's very shady to compliment your own company, I guess. But in this situation, I just had to. New parts that are arriving from the workshop should be releasing soon. We're just going to inspect everything, and here's what I think we're going to do. This I'm going to change to an FC100. And then this one still have the 5680 970 kV with that hobby wing, the 12S, right? G2 plus HV, new generation, you know the drill. And then it's going to be an identical car to this one. I'm going to change. I think we're done with that 2028. I can push a little bit more, but I'm pretty much done with it. So I'm going to change that. I have another one of those 5680 970 kVs. And then we're going to have 2 identical cars, both with FC100 by Delta Plastic, one of which is going to be with obviously the Castle Ghost Ace HV12S, and one of them is going to be with the Hobby Wing. Same exact car, same exact setup, same exact gearing, wheels, body, just one Hobby Wing, one castle. It's gonna be pretty interesting. When it comes to this one, just gonna give you guys a glimpse of how everything looks. This is obviously the carbon fiber infused, if you want to call it that, but the 7075 aluminum A-arms, these are the new design. They're a little bit lighter, a little bit stronger, just build more efficiently. This is how they look with that carbon fiber. Inside, I just slapped a nice steering mechanism in here so you guys can see how everything looks when it's done. Obviously, this is the new chassis. This is the glossy version that we're testing right now with those aluminum pieces that actually fits beautifully like so. Just RC porn, dude. This is how everything looks. And this is obviously the connection for the wheelie bar that we have created that fits the diffuser. Just sits inside beautifully like so. Obviously everything is chrome, and this is just, man, I gotta tell you, this is of course on bearings, and you have 3 tiny tires here, and we're going to provide it with extra tires as well, so you guys have it. Anyway, a lot of good stuff. Oh, hold on, I almost forgot. This Black Friday, I actually have a magic show for you guys. Ready? Woo, special effects. This Black Friday, 15% off on the entire website. Everything, literally everything. So go on the website, perfectpassrc.com, and have a blast. See you guys.